one quick little video on how to find your potential gap plays, gap downs, or gap up plays at the end of the day. I was just about to say, Shopify should hit 302 today, and then I looked over to the right and I saw that it basically was already there because it actually gapped down. But this was actually pretty easy to see or expect that it was coming either, even if it opened flat, that it was going to hit 302 today or potential gap down. So if you would have got in at the end of the day, I know this would have been a little scary to see here, but overall, the strength on the daily candles is clearly pointing that, hey man, this thing tried to make a new high. It did make a new high, but it quickly reversed. And then obviously the obvious next support area is 302, 301, 300 area here, where you could have taken advantage of, that gap down, or when it hits there, just pretty much take your profits. So you can see even the pivots are pretty much there, which, as I always say, these are my profit targets. Just no chance, no need to take chances, and just you're better off just taking your profits here. Because as you can see here, Shopify is on a clear uptrend overall. So once it hits this support area, it may bounce off of it and just continue higher. So it's just a good opportunity to take your profits there. But we missed this one, even though I started looking through my list last night and I didn't get in before it closed. This was a clear one that, hey, you can possibly expect a gap down. And this is how I go about it. And again, this doesn't always work, guys. It's, trial and error. But when you find these, if you start going through your charts, you're going to start to find that these work out more often than not, and they do yield some decent returns. Again, you don't go heavy on these. You just, you do it with a couple contracts, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you take advantage of the gap and just take your money. You don't have to do a crazy play. You could even do it as a spread. But basically the idea is here you don't have any kind of reversal. This looks like a continuation here after you got the patterns here. You got a pattern, a reversal pattern. You got a confirmation, and now the candle's playing out until it closes and it actually comes back to support. What do you have here? Supporting factors. You got the RSI on 619 candle and the 620 candle, where then it forms a pattern, and then you have the RSI coming out of these levels, right? So now what do you have? The RSI is out of these levels by 321, and what do you see? It has room to run to the downside before it starts to reverse again. So that tells me, hey man, this thing still has room to run for a potential move to my target. So I think I will play it to my target. So those are the things that I'm looking at. What else am I looking at? I'm looking at the volume. Is the volume increasing? And is the selling volume increasing? So as you can see here, there was pretty good volume on the buyer side here, even more volume here, and then look at the red. More sellers started to come in. Okay, the volume drops off. Okay, but now the volume was in. That pressure has to go somewhere, and because there was so many sellers, it's probably going to be to the downside, and then you see the volume start to pick up again. Now you have significantly more sellers. So now the buyers that got in here are feeling the pain. They're getting stopped out, so they're getting out. It's going to keep pushing this thing to the downside, to the support level here, where people are going to start buying it back again, because this is a support area, and you can expect people to start buying it here at the open. So if you would have actually been in at the end of the day, you could have easily got out as soon as it opened, and then potentially this thing may bounce right off of here, stay flat, or it could continue lower. We don't know. Anything is possible. But at least that was one major target there. The next one obviously is going to be down here around through 268, 270, but you need over a week for that, obviously. So 260 is about $40 out, so you probably need maybe a month according to this here. So you would need to give yourself more time, but again, it's in an overall uptrend, so I would not fight it here unless the markets themselves start to change. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just a quick little video on catching those gaps. It actually does work. I'll try to upload more videos as they're happening, and as I put on the trades myself. But I was about to say, hey, Shopify should hit 302, and then I looked over to the right and it was already there. So a missed opportunity there. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.